God morning to you this Saturday morning. God morning. Hopefully I find you doing well this Saturday morning. Happy Saturday. It's a blessed day today. Sun is shining beautiful here in Chicago. And no matter what kind of day you're having today, we need to always remember, as the Bible says, in everything, give thanks. For this is the will of God concerning you. And the fact that he allowed us to wake up this morning mean that he's given us brand new mercies. As Jeremiah said, they are renewed every morning. So thank the Lord for this day. And so today I'm just going to be giving you a preview of tomorrow's sermon. Preview of tomorrow's sermon where we're going to be looking at relationships, which I've been dealing with all this week, is relationship. And so we're going to be looking at that tomorrow. We're going to go in detail. And so the question that I'm going to be asking is, do you know them? Do you know your man? Do you know your woman? Do you know your husband? Do you know your wife? Adam, in the beginning, when God brought her to him, yeah, like he knew what he had. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Yeah, like he knew her. But then all of a sudden, things went awry. They messed up and everything. Now that was in the second chapter of Genesis. He talking about he knew her. Then in that fourth chapter, the Bible says in that very first verse, Adam knew his wife. And then some people think they're just talking sexually because they went on and had a child. But no, when God talks, God is greater than the physical. I tell people all the time, sex is greater than physical. It's spiritual too. And so when God says he knew his wife, that means he knew her both physically and spiritually, emotionally. He knew her. Up to then, he hadn't taken responsibility for what they had went through. But when he finally took responsibility, he knew her. So do you know them? Do you know your husband, your wife? Do you know your man, your woman? That's what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. So catch us tomorrow. Sunday school at 10:45, and morning worship is at 12 noon every Sunday. Do you know them? Just because you can have a baby by them, that don't mean you know them. Just because you went before the priest and said, I do, that don't mean you married. True marriage is only ordained by God. And God don't stamp his approval on nothing just because you decide to go before the court, the priest, or whoever, and sign a paper and say, I do. God don't put no stamp on a thing and call it a marriage just because you have a big ceremony. Mm-mm. It takes more than one day for a true marriage before God really ordains a marriage. Many people have been together 5, 10, 20 years and still ain't married. Still wasn't approved by God, so you ain't married. I don't care how many ceremonies you have. Until it's approved by God, you ain't married. So do you know them? We're going to look at that tomorrow. Y'all join us tomorrow, 12 noon for our morning service. If you want to get on out there a little earlier for Sunday school at 10:45. Y'all have a blessed day. And as I always say, keep God first.